evil lurks in the hearts of men. The shadow knows.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing out there? Let's get back out to the chat part to see who all. Oh, Uncle Al's main laptop and webcam are down.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, Chungo.
Sorry, Al, you're too far away for me to help too.
All right, so we got the shadow out here, Uncle Al, of course. Me, of course. Oh, and Dave and my tech guy won't be coming by. Going to see who else is checking in here with us. It may be a few minutes because it was weird though, Dave and Al. This is the first time in weeks that when I just hit went to the main Google website, this was actually suggested on two different computers. It was like, whoa. So let me get something here. Cough drops so I don't cough in everybody's ear. So I'm gonna yep, I know it's slow.
High fishes and loaves.
Yeah. Hey guys, let's see. Get that corrected on that computer there. So
5 now. Of course, 3 of those are us, but that's beside the point. Oops, telling secrets. Oops.
Interesting over here on my side one. It still says 2 are waiting. Hey Scott. Bitty Boo's Homestead. Hey Scott, in case you haven't heard, Idaho got snow yesterday and last night, and yeah. Biddy, you have been watching the stuff. Last Thursday, or the Thursday before that. Anyway, on the spring solstice, the Thursday of the spring solstice, the 19th. That evening, I had a special live, and I shaved on the live. Woo! Okay. So what is going on in Idaho right now besides the big earthquake we had on Tuesday and the 78 aftershocks?
Aliens.
Well, there's 2 different ways I could go on that one, but I want to show you guys something here. So I'm going to put this up here and go with this one here. And get this going here. Of course, you're not going to hear this.
Angry dude. He looks mad.
Come on, play. There we go. Let me go ahead. You're not going to hear the sound, but this was what it looked like this morning when I went out there from last night and yesterday. I've been spending the last several, probably about the last week out on the tractor plowing the fields. It was all nice and warm and the snow was all gone. Now look at it, snow everywhere.
The tilt of the earth has changed. You are now in a constant snow belt. Guess what? Your cold weather is going to continue.
Yeah. So you guys are going to get the preview of what I'm going to do, of the video I'm going to put out. I got several things to piece together here. And so this is my daughter's car. And look how thick the snow is on the windshield. The only reason why it's not that thick on the ground because the ground was still warm and it melted a lot of it. But you saw out in the fields there, a lot of it had melted away. But where the rock and the cement was, it was warm enough it didn't. But you look around the tractor, it's built up around the tractor. So that
indefinitely.
Oh. Well, speaking of looking through the sky here, we got something else to go off on here that Uncle Al presented. Come on, Dave, have fun with this. Guys, this is going to be the last Thursday talk I do till the fall time because I got stuff to be doing outside here. Well, not today, obviously. But if you look back up there, Uncle Al mentioned in the chat at the very beginning before we went live, Black Knight disappeared from orbit. And for those of you that don't know what Black Knight is, come on here. I got stuff popping up here.
Piece of ancient alien technology meant to control your minds.
Or
oh, come on, you said have fun with it.
Yeah, that's one possibility. The other one is let's see here, pull this up back up. When I searched it, it said Black Knight satellite conspiracy theory, Black Knight satellite hodgepodge of alien conspiracy, skepticoid pod pose, Black Knight alien satellite captured passing International Space Station, etc., etc., etc. You guys want to hear my theory on it?
Dun, dun, dun. You have entered the Twilight Zone.
My theory on it has to do with my little flashy thingy device here. Think about it.
Told you he wasn't retired.
Hey,
George.
Hey, George. No, Uncle, it's not a phantom moon. It is the MIB orbital space platform that was donated back in 1963.
Hey, Kathy, there you are. We missed you last night.
But actually, I did some other research on it. It is from 1963, but it is the remains of the Air Force Discoverer 8 satellite that went astray and they lost control of.
Mm-hmm.
Making lemonade from lemons. I got that backwards.
Making lemonade?
Making lemons from lemonade.
Don't mind him, folks. He's a little slap happy right at the moment.
Yep.
Oh, okay. He's going to run away again. See how she is?
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of people doing online stuff right now because they can't do face-to-face. And companies are learning, hey, we can save money by not having everybody come into a meeting. You can get them all on different platforms, My Meeting, Zoom. If there's only 6 of them, we get them up on StreamYard, or we can just get them on StreamYard and have 6 presenters to everybody else, make sure everybody's commenting so we know they're paying attention. No, actually, I'm on something much better than NyQuil. I just finished off a container of vanilla ice cream. Vanilla frosting. Sugar rush. Takes me about 2 weeks to finish off one of those little things.
Too rich for my blood.
That's why I said it takes 2 weeks.
Hey, Shay.
Hey, CJ. All right, CJ's in here. So, guys, I'm going to throw something else up here for you. Bring it over here on the side here. Get it up here. And
maybe sometime this year.
Boom. There we go.
Hey.
All right. This is Shit Happens. His video came out this morning. Dear Ohio Governor Mike DeWitt. Guys, I put the link down below, and I'm going to put the link right here in the chat as well. Guys, check it out. And if you have any followers at all that are in Ohio, do a video about this video. Basically, what he is doing he's inviting the governor to step up to the plate. And I forget the agency he mentioned in there. Does it mention down here in the stuff? Nope, he doesn't mention it down below. but there's one that deals with like fishing game and stuff, and the fishing license and stuff. And they have a day where they have anybody can fish for free without having to have a license.
Hey,
And CJ is trying to get to the governor to say, hey, during the lockdown, the shelter in place, whatever you want to call it, have them say anybody can go out and fish, because there are a lot of people that are unemployed right now that were living paycheck to paycheck. And if they could go out and fish and get food for their family that way, it'd be a help. So anybody, there it is, Ohio Department of Natural Resources. So guys, put out a, either, watch this video, do a VR response to it, challenge anybody in your, any of your followers that are in Ohio to do the same thing, put out a video and write, email, whatever, Governor DeWine's office and say, hey, this is a great idea for you. Step up and help the people and be a shining example. And see,
I don't think I should make a video about it. No offense, Chick, but after the video I put out of the live stream I did last night, me trying to come back and say, Mr. DeWine, would you please do this? Would really, really not look too kosher.
Yeah. Yeah.
I called him a dimwit and a dumbwit and a few other dumb things. And I was not very polite. And I told him if he didn't get his butt off the chair and get the hospital system here to work the way it's supposed to, I would start a class action lawsuit.
Yeah, because the hospitals are, turning away kids that are running high fevers, barfing, and everything else, saying, "Oh, we can't test them, we can't do anything," and it's like, yeah,
I send them home.
Yeah, it may just be the one hospital though, being buttheads down there. Which hospital is that?
Children's in Liberty Township.
So Children's Hospital in Liberty Township, turned kids away that were running high fevers and throwing up in the lobby there and wouldn't test them.
And then, mind you, that's with a mother who is also immune compromised because she's pregnant.
Yeah.
So they just said, hey, go home. Oh, here's an Uber. Take an Uber home while you're at it. What the?
Yeah. Anyways, hey, Tibor. But not for hunting, Tibor, just for fishing. And that's why I think CJ had a great idea there for people to go out and fish for free. Well, how to have a license. At least
got some bad actors out there that will take advantage of it and do stupid things.
Yeah.
Laws are only as good as the smart people that follow it. Stupid people do stupid things with stupid ideas.
Yeah.
Trump ain't listening. I already sent him an email too.
Yeah.
Trump plates the doggone full emails are now put onto a member of staff and never get to Trump.
Yeah. Hey, Woodswoman. So yeah, so that's why I got thought of. I really liked CJ's video here and his idea of getting the governor of Ohio to work with the back up here where it was again. The
Department of Natural Resources.
Yeah, Department of Natural Resources. Yeah, to be able to allow everyone to go out and fish during the shelter-in-place lockdown, so they can, those that are unemployed can get extra food for their families. So let's back out of that. So, if you guys have any guys from Ohio following you, or you follow other channels, make mention into it. Try to get them to put out a little video about it, and anybody, get everybody in Ohio just to deluge the governor's office with emails and stuff with saying, hey, this is a great idea. Go with it and get people out there where they can get food.
Caveat that with this: their phone system, there is no room left on their 1.2 gig messaging system. It's full.
Yeah.
Emails are probably at least a week behind getting answered at the very least.
Yeah. So you may want to get hold of your local representatives.
Two congressmen already. So
yeah. So talk to your local representatives and stuff. It's probably easier to get hold of them and get them also to pass the message on to Governor DeWine.
Dimwit.
Yeah. So
Well, I had respect for him when he was pro 2A. The minute he became governor, he went anti 2A. I have no respect for him.
yeah. Yeah. So let me go ahead and pull that down now. So that's out there. So in case you missed the link that I put into the chat here for CJ, that's Shit Happens video. It's also in the description down below.
Yes, Kathy. Politics. Poo poo. I'd rather go play with a pew pew.
All right, Biddy Boo, you're 2 thumbs up for your doctor. Yeah. All righty. So, folks, we talked about CJ's great idea for Ohio. And if there's any guys in any of you guys in any other states that have the same type of thing, possibly, or even if they don't have it, like Ohio used to do, does one day a year where that's everybody can go out and fish. Even if your state doesn't do that, get the word out to your state. Maybe that they can do something like this, to lift fishing restrictions during the shelter in place stuff.
I don't have a fishing pole, so can I take the implements of use that I have to go do so?
You mean like putting a fishing line onto your crossbow and reel it in?
I've got harpoon hooks for that.
Yeah, I think that would be absolutely allowable.
Faster.
Any way to get fish into people's bellies.
Oh, I was thinking a little bit louder and faster.
That might not do too well.
Quarter stick of dynamite in the middle of the lake. Boom! Hey, everybody got fish.
All right, Jehoiadak says Missouri is free fishing until the end of April. Well, they need to. Hey, Jehoiadak, get it going so they extend that beyond the end of April if the shelter in place lockdown continues beyond.
Finding your mateys is still pretty easy if you know where to look.
The depletion of fish, but the number of people that are actually going to go out and fish probably aren't going to be that big. Or if they do go out and fish, the number that are actually going to catch fish. But if you can get a few people out there getting some food, I think it's worth the short term little thing going out here.
Yeah, less than 10% of the people in the state of Ohio know how to fish in the first place.
Yeah,
probably only about 8% of them know how to actually clean a fish. So depletion of fish at this point in time is not an issue. Now, if this were to go on for a year, then it would be a consideration.
Yeah, people would learn. But
and there are some areas in the state of Ohio you don't want to catch the fish and eat it, one of which being the Ohio River.
Yeah,
especially anywhere near Cincinnati.
Anyway, so that was my thought for today. Well, on there, and of course, then there was Uncle Al's thought for those who came in and didn't see Uncle Al's post earlier about the Black Knight orbital mystery object is now it was in a polar orbit, and now all of a sudden it disappeared from its polar orbit.
Glock and roll. I do not believe Ohio has any active ones. I know Michigan does. Mm-hmm. Michigan has 3. Like they need to do else. Anyhow.
Okay, so Brastard says you can shoot all the jackrabbits you want. Not many eat them though, and that's New Mexico, correct?
Yeah. They're kind of gamey tasting.
Hey, if you're hungry, that's what seasonings come in.
Yeah, but some of them are so lean, the meat is extremely tough.
Yeah.
So you have to pretty much boil it till it's rendered useless before you can eat it.
That's why you make a stew out of it.
Well, T-Board, I do agree with the premise behind it. It would get some people that can do it out getting food for their families. A lot of the people in the state of Ohio, especially those in colleges, are still going to be running to Walmart, Myers, Kroger's, and going, I need food. I'm going to clean everything out, and then throw half of it away at the end of 2 weeks. And then whine and cry because they're out of food again.
Yeah.
Well, if they hadn't bought all the food in the first place, so everybody could buy food.
Yeah.
Don't want to get off on a soap.
All right. Fishes and Loaves says, what about squirrel? Squirrel dumplings.
Canning. Don't have one. Don't have a water bath. Don't have a pressure.
The Ready Reserve call up the C-19 Comet. Let me look that up here real quick. C-19 C. Oh. Six days ago, the photographer captures Comet C-19 headed towards Earth.
That's going to miss.
That's what?
It's going to miss. Ben Davison did something about that like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that one's called Atlas.
Miss Julie. Go get
Yeah, it's not going to hit Earth that close at all. Yeah.
It's only good glances. I mean, no big deal. It'll rip off half the atmosphere. Half the Earth is going to suffocate and die instantaneously. And the rest of us are going to be sitting here wilting slowly away into nothingness. It's okay.
It's not dangerous. Or so the CDC says.
Yeah, I remember January 13th. There's nothing to see here, folks. It's okay. January 17th. We were wrong. No, everybody believed the CDC because they're a World Health Organization sponsored group. You came into a mess, Julie. Gil said, let's have fun. So we're throwing our tin hats out the window and just going off with everything.
Yeah.
We figured the tin hats weren't protecting us in the first place, so let's just...
But yeah, so basically, so that the C-19 Comet, known as has been dubbed Atlas, it's going to miss it by long distance. I mean, it's it'll cross Earth's orbit, but not even close to where the Earth's at.
No, well, it's going to cross behind us, and it's coming from an angle down. It's not on the same plane that we are.
Yeah. All right, so. And then, of course, the Black Knight has disappeared out of its polar orbit. And I told Uncle Al we returned it to the moon, to the MIB moon base for observational. For repairs, so put it back in operational again.
Julie is not coherent completely yet. She's only had one cup of coffee. Her mind is still weak, so we have to be careful with the conspiracy theories. We may convince her of strange things happening in various places. Now she's
oh wow, yeah, she's stuck on repeat.
Poor
Julie, take your finger off the enter button.
She's not awake yet.
She's probably just sitting there laughing her off.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, I saw that video block and roll. That was pretty cool. So you had the electric pump down in there and a hand pump put down the same well shaft.
Yeah, I think somebody's actually sitting in the Google or the YouTube offices and has tried to correct some of the issues we've been having it. So I think somebody went in the offices and tried to fix it. Like Bigfoot, we're in Ohio wearing an N95 mask. Hey, I had my ghillie suit on just because it's brown, because half the time it's brown where I live. So that's how they got it. Sorry. Didn't mean to scare everybody.
Yeah, I posted it only once. It was,
Good morning, Lisa.
Okay, fishes low said I met fishes in the store. I need a canner and a good dumpling recipe.
You know, GF usually means girlfriend. So are you talking about offing your best friend or what? You are. We don't want to know. I mean,
making girlfriend dumplings, huh?
I know times are a little stressful right now, but deep breath. Let's not take drastic actions yet. We got another 3 months of this crap.
Oh,
gluten-free. Okay.
Gluten-free.
Nice recovery.
Oh, I missed almost there. Okay.
I told you I hate the fact that I live next to AK Steel.
Yep. Oh, so those that just came in haven't. Shoot! I went and dropped it off here. Let me put it back up here again. I was a dummy. I should have just pulled it down and not gotten rid of it. Where did I put it?
Well, I had plans on picking up a new pew pew, but the guy never got back with me, so I'm changing my mind on pew pews. I'm probably going to stick with something a little more NATO friendly than what I originally planned, mainly due to cost and supply and demand.
Okay. So,
okay, fishes and loaves, we promise we won't tell anybody what you said.
Well, all right, guys. So I'm going to show you my April Fool's joke that was played on me yesterday and last night.
Cover thine eyes, children.
So here it is. You'll see the full video later when I put it out, but the last several days I was out plowing in the fields because it's all nice and dry. Look what happened yesterday and last night. It's got that funny white stuff, and you can't snort that white stuff.
Well, see, I just actually put 2 and 10 together and came up with 6. Because Atlas is coming near us and the polar vortexes have shifted and the Earth is tilted a little bit, that the Earth is now being slightly sucked toward the Atlas as it's moving, causing all snow patterns to change, and you're going to get snow for the next 6 weeks.
Okay. Well, yeah, look how thick the snow is up there.
2 inches.
Yep. So, but yeah, on the cement driveway was warm, so it didn't stick too much, and the rock driveway out to the street and stuff was all warm. But even the warm soil over there, what I'd been working it, still it has has an inch or so on it.
Hey, Gil.
Yeah.
You do realize at the end of your driveway now is a buffet waiting to happen.
It's empty.
Or is it empty?
It's empty.
Darn.
He's been moving the cattle around to their different grazing pastures. That's Fink cattle. But he does have 3 very nice, big, young Black Angus bulls across the street there.
That's 6 freezers worth of food. And yes, Al, I have tried one before.
Yeah. So I'm going to pull that down and reduce that. Where is it? There it is. I'll just reduce that down for later. But yeah.
Ooh, crap. Making lemonade. Time to become doctor. Hopefully nobody needs stitches.
Elevation here. Shoot. It's not that, let me see. And the elevation here is 4,600 feet.
That explains half of it. He's suffering from a lack of oxygen.
Nah, scout camp I go to is at 7,500 feet. So this is nothing. And where I lived for 2 years in my senior year of high school in Fredonia, Arizona is above 7,000 feet as well. Which brings up another thing. My senior year, 1975. Come on, Dave. It's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
March 31st, the temperature outside was 73 degrees. The next morning, April 1st, there was friggin' 3 feet of snow on the ground. That was a real Mother's Day, our April Fool's Day joke for us. So, Tibor, the groundwater aquifers around here are so friggin' full that it's starting to come up in the basement. We've had more snow this year than we have in, many, many years. When we first bought the place in 2016, they had a 20-year storm. This has more snow than that 20-year storm did. So, and then of course we also been having a lot of rainstorms in between. That's been melting the snow away, then it comes back, and yeah. So, oh yeah. That must have been not fun, Tibor.
Sure it is. In Ohio, they're prepared for it. They don't put their winter coat away until July 4th. And then it's only put away for like a week and a half, and they pull it back out again. Because I'll tell you what, people in Ohio, it hits 60 degrees. They're all bundled up in parkers going, it's cold outside. I'm walking around outside in shorts and a t-shirt going, what is y'all's problem? Thanks, Scott.
Scott, those of us that are graduated in 75, we're not that old. But that's right, Scott. You graduated in 85, didn't you? I can do my math. Anyways, yeah.
Yes, Julie, you're the young pup of the bunch. Oh, he graduated. Dang, I graduated before you did? Man.
86. Okay, so your birthday was later in the year, so you had to start on the following cycle. Huh, Scott?
Well, I graduated a year and a half early.
Yeah.
With like 7 extra GPA points.
Yeah, my senior year, I had a half semester of Arizona government, which was required. The entire rest of the year was all metal shop, and two of the periods, he had me teaching the freshmen how to weld. All right, Scott. Fine. I'm going to admit to it. All right. I am actually 4,683 years old. I am an immortal. All right.
Wake up in there.
Yeah. All right. Snow where Glock and Roll's at.
I've seen snow, 5 times this year here in Ohio, and only once did it last more than 24 hours. It only lasted 36, and that was gone.
And what? It was half-inch thick?
No, it actually snowed about 2.5 inches, but it disappeared within a day and a half. Didn't last long enough for me to take Charles down the hill over here. So I kept telling everybody, quit complaining about the snow. Let me have some. Everybody wanted to complain about it. So I got none.
Yeah.
And see, you're still complaining about it. I ain't worried about tornadoes where I'm at. If God sends one through, he's got a plan. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, Fishes is shushing Uncle Al.
See what Scott said. I almost want to see that article.
Oh,
But
Scott.
I
Man.
have some people I know that are out in California, and I'd want to give them a heads up if they're in that areas.
Yeah. Let my wife know. Oh, my son will be happy. His 60 rounds of 45-70 came in for his buffalo rifle. He wants to be ready in case any of those with now it's 5,200 early released inmates decided to try knocking on the door.
Oz ain't worried. First thing they visit is a sword. Second thing they get to see is a carbon fiber shaft flying at them at about 3,500 feet per second for the first 10 feet. After that, it drops off drastically. And if that doesn't stop them, I got something flying at 2,000 feet per second that'll reach out to 200 yards.
Yeah.
Because the inmates are afraid they're going to catch the bug. And there's actually one here in this. No, it's not Ohio. Or is it? Yes, actually, it is here in Ohio.
Yeah.
I do believe that there is an inmate suing the federal government for not taking care of the inmates, that he wants to be released until this is over. Then he'll gladly go back to prison.
Yeah, right.
But no one ever.
Practice. Yeah. What do you say up here? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. When my son finally gets to get to the gun range with that 45-70, it's going to be funny watching him the next day. Oh, my shoulder. My
There's
shoulder.
actually a 45-70 with this 16-inch barrel for sale here in Ohio. It's a pistol.
Mm-hmm.
With a 16-inch barrel.
Is that a Thompson?
Hang on to that dang thing.
Is that a Thompson center?
I didn't look at the name of it. I just seen what it was and scrolled right on past it for $1,800.
Yeah, that sounds like a Thompson center.
It's an older one.
Yeah, basically, it's Thompson made a bunch of. It has a lot. Basically, you buy the pistol grip, and you buy interchangeable barrels for it. I got one that has a 30-30 and a 32-20 barrels for my Thompson. Of course, when I got it, it wasn't Thompson Center, it's Thompson Contender.
Hey, you see, what I would really love to have is a good old-fashioned 357 lever action. Yeah.
Gunslinger's got a 45-70 Henry. Mm-hmm. It's another good, really good one. Yeah, my son's rifle is a Marlin 1895 CW, and saddle rifle. So, but he picked it up. He picked it up off of eBay or whatever, and they shipped it here to Idaho. And he picked it up when he came up here the last time, but because the registration is, all you got to do is fill out the federal thing. Transfer's been done. Shred the paperwork after 30 days. But the person that had it before it tapped it and put some Picatinny rail on the top. So he's getting a big scope for it. And
Fishes and lows. Nobody that would admit to having one would offer to let you borrow it. For the simple fact is, they can't legally have one.
Right. However, there are some really cool ones out there. The Mossberg 500, you can get it. It comes with the 18.5-inch barrel on it and the cruiser pistol grip. But you can also get it in a bullpup. So it's just minimum length, and it's shoulder, and it's really short, and it still has 5 shots in it of 12 gauge magnums.
Hold on. I found a perfect little item if I can find it, or I found it. I just got to get the name and everything off of it.
Isn't bad if stay connected to it. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah.
I found what she needs. It's a perfect little teeny item.
Okay.
As soon as he shares it.
There you go.
It's a little teeny shorty. It is legal in its current configuration. It's small enough to conceal carry, although I really wouldn't want to.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
But it can be legally bought and shipped straight to your house.
Because
they're really not that expensive either. But it takes shorty 12 gauge shells.
Yeah.
And for close range, that's all you'll ever need.
And if you want to have fun with it, you get some of the short shells, and you open it up, take the shot out, and load it full of rock salt.
No, dragon's breath.
Now, but that'll start a fire in the house. I'm talking in the house. You have with the rock salt. They come through that door, and it's just
as short range as that is. If you shoot before they're close enough, you're stupid.
Yeah.
You let them get close to you, then you open up with dragon's breath right in their gut. I guarantee they will back up. They will turn around and run out the door screaming for the nearest ER to take care of their 4th degree burns. Because if nobody knows what dragon's breath is, that's hot melting magnesium coming out of the front of a shotgun.
Yep.
It doesn't get put out that easy. It burns. It burns. Just ask Jerry.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. There's actually a couple of YouTube videos showing it. It's got a little bit of a bark.
Yeah, there's the can you put that on that YouTube link there into the chat so I can throw it up?
This one?
Yeah.
No, I do not know how to do that.
Private chat.
Hey, slow down here. I'm an old man.
I want to get ready for it. That ought to be fun to watch. Control C over here.
But they're not that expensive, and they can be shipped directly to your door. So, hey, when you get your stimulus check, you could consider that an option.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Too many windows open again. Oh, well, wait for it to come up. Nah, skip ads. Little Shotgun Part 2. If it ever loads.
Yeah, but Dragon's Breath will put a damper on anybody's bad day.
I don't need to have him talk in my ear since no one else can hear him. He's got all sorts of fun stuff there on his shelf of fun.
Uh-huh. You got a toy or 3.
Oh, he's been firing Dragon's Breath out of it. Oh, yeah. He's got fun stuff there, guys.
1 or 2 toys.
So.
Here it comes. You may want to go full screen so they can get a full view of it.
Okay. Full screen there. And go to
theater mode or full?
Theater mode, yeah. It looked like it hurt his hand.
And no, they're not accurate, so.
Oh, whatever it was that's flying out of them, it flew all the way around. That was weird.
Yeah, it bounced off the pole there.
And let me back this up just a little bit. A little bit more. All right. Let's watch this again. Watch this. Comes out, it hits, and it spins right around there, and it's going around like a boomerang.
It's a shot cup.
Yeah. That would still hurt if it hit you, spinning like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Brandon.
Shot cups can still lacerate your skin.
And look at all the small holes and the big holes from the shot cup. Yeah. Ooh. That's not a bad pattern for us at 10 feet.
Yeah, it's definitely short range.
Yeah.
But if you can carry something that small and handle it when it goes pew, you will definitely make somebody's day a very bad day.
Yep. Yeah, Dragon's Breath is some interesting ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in high school in my freshman year, so I was down in the San Fernando Valley. One of my buddies was really, let's see.
Actually, Wayne, I do agree with you. Not to interrupt there, Bill.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something cheap to learn with, and I know there's going to be some snobs out here going to go, but a High Point 995 TS. It's like shooting a 22, but you got a 9mm parabellum coming at you. And if you use the right ammunition at about 2,500 feet per second.
And those things are built like tanks.
And it will defeat all soft body armor except one.
Yeah.
I know I did a ton of research. Hey, Brandon.
Yeah. So what my buddy did was he's got one of these guys that would do all sorts of dangerous, stupid stuff, like try to make homemade grenades. And what he did is he took a 3-inch Magnum shotgun shell, taped a ball bearing over the primer, took some broom straw on it, taped on the side, and then just threw it, and it'd go up and it'd come down and land on that ball bearing and go off. And so basically all the shot just went out, up and out, and just everything. And then he got the bright idea to take some number 10 solid wire and wrap it a couple times. And he threw it, came down, and it shot everything straight up. And then 10 seconds later, it started raining pellets all over the neighborhood. Now, if they had that Dragon's Breath back then, I know exactly what that idiot would have done with that.
All right, T-Bar, have a great day.
All right, T-Bar, take it easy. Oh, I love this one. Yeah. High Point has a lifetime warranty.
Mm-hmm.
And uses a doorstop or a bat.
Yeah, even this plain stock's heavy enough to use for a bat. That little white thing I had in that one video, that was actually a High Point standard stock.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's. Yeah. The only thing that I don't think High Point makes a 10 mil pistol. They make the 10 mil carbine that can use both the 10 mil and the Smith & Wesson 40 cal, which is basically you got your 10 mil cartridge and you got your 40 your 40 cal. So basically it's like a 357 and a 38, universal for the gun, but one shorter and has less kicking because the wimps at the FBI couldn't handle the 10 mil, which I would like to see those guys have tried to handle the regular 45 911. Then they were whining, the 10 mils too kicks too much for us. Can you give us something that doesn't kick, give us some ammunition for it? It doesn't kick quite as much.
Yeah, just baby or man up or baby down, your choice, and just grab a 9mm and stuff it in your pants and call it good. Bye-bye, boys.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to all mine, Wayne. They became boat anchors. I had a bad boating accident. I survived. The boat went to the bottom. And I honestly don't remember its exact location because the GPS went down with it. I was in the middle of Cincinnati, or the Ohio River somewhere. And in fact, I can kind of give them the close idea. If they go back a couple of years where a car actually got knocked off a bridge here in Cincinnati, it was somewhere near that area. It may have actually been underneath where that car was. So if they want to go through that murky water, try and find it, more power to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would love High Point to come out with a 10 mil that can handle both the 10 mil and the Smith & Wesson 40.
Yeah.
So that'd be the perfect one to have with their 1095 carbine. Hey, Wide family.
Don't mind him. He's a few minutes slow today.
I'm a few minutes slow. I was doing some looking around, trying to keep up on other stuff too.
I agree,
Yeah.
John. If a 45 is too much, they've been picking some real winners.
Yeah, they went from the 45 to the 10 mil, and then they went to the Smith & Wesson 40 ammunition in the 10 mil.
I agree, Wayne G. But the magazine issue is predicated by a certain communist entity in this nation of ours. And so in order to be compliant with those states, they have limited all to that size, and they've made it proprietary so nobody else will make anything for them that works. The one other company that makes them, they don't work half the time unless you spend about 2 hours on each mag making it work. Because I had a couple of, I can't remember the name of it. It's not Magpul. Can't even remember the name of the magazine manufacturer now, but I had a couple, and it took me 2 hours on each one with a lot of custom, careful twinking to make them work semi-reliable. And even then, they weren't 100% reliable. But the high point mags always worked. I mean, I did figure out a way to make the aftermarket ones work, but it's not recommended.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and the price on some of the stuff has just gone, bonkers high. I was looking forward to get a couple extra magazines for my Mini 14, and it's like, well, what
right now? Brownells has got them on sale.
Who?
Brownells.
All right.
I just got an email from him yesterday.
Well, can you forward that email to me later?
I can try.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to blow my nose.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay, what'd you miss? Everything.
Yeah, you missed fun stuff. We started out with CJ from Shit Happens and his recommendation to the great governor of Ohio, DeWine, and about him adding, making it, opening up the fishing, to, not having to have a license during the shelter-in-place situation. Then we were talking about the Black Knight mystery orbital object, and then we went to the C-19 Atlas comet coming towards Earth. And then I showed a video about the snow that came down on April 1st here at up here. And now we're talking all the fun pew stuff. Oh, Wayne, thank you for giving me. Oh, I didn't think about talking to Ryan at Prescott Caliber Club. I have to.
Well, I have called him twice, sent him 2 Facebook messages, and he has not responded to me. So I don't qualify as a customer to Ryan. So
yeah,
I cannot recommend him for anything. He doesn't return his calls.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even for me. It was for my pastor up in Michigan looking for some 9mm ammo. And still to this day, he hasn't responded. So it is what it is. It's not going to hit us, Jay. It's going to miss the Earth by a couple thousand miles. It's going to rip the atmosphere off one half the planet. Those people will die near instantly. The rest of us are going to slowly wither away and die, so the red dragon will no longer be an issue. Well, if you talk to Ryan, tell him I've been trying to get a hold of him. And I may be trying to get a hold of him yet one more time. I'll give him 3 chances. Yes, I did see that, Brass. The president of the Philippines, or whatever he calls himself, did order his army to shoot any protesters who disobeyed. And it was caught him saying it live, so it's not speculation or rumor, it's actual fact. Next week, Evans. It'll be here next Tuesday at 3:15 p.m. your time, just as you're getting ready to grab that cup of coffee and head out to your little woman cave. It's when it's going to come by.
Yeah. Check something here.
Because if things work out the way I want to, I'll either have a 300 black or probably just go with the standard NATO rounds. And I'll be looking for some pew stuff for those. I did find a deal that actually is a pretty nice looking deal. The guy's got a Glock 19 with several spares and a, 14-inch pistol, 5.56.
Yeah, let's see. It's good, Brandon. I want to make sure. I was wondering about you and your mom there about being safe there with that crud going around there. Catching up stuff here.
Well, yeah. I'm going to wait for our stimulus check. Then I'm ordering my optics. I'm getting an ATI 3x14 day night.
Oh, geez. All right. Here is a real conspiracy news story for you guys.
Cool. I don't have a tin hat, though.
You know, the comet coming towards Earth caught on camera, and it's called C-19. It was first seen 2 days before the first case of the red dragon was detected. No, idiots, it's not connected.
They've already proven the red dragon hit back in November.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, our government has already found that information as well.
Yeah. So this news, it doesn't have. Scotland doesn't have anything, but it's not saying.
Ryan the Gamer, did you sneak in here?
But
yes, he did.
Hey, Ryan. Okay. I'm not going to listen to that one.
I keep telling people this ain't fake. And I know it's not fake because guess what? It's literally right on the other side of that wall. Yeah, no, it's all down in Florida sitting on the beach going, hey, it ain't no big deal, man. It only fix the old people if it's real. I don't believe it's real. Mr. D.
Hey, Mr. D. Has been transformed, reactivated. Okay, I missed something here. Loading the ranges are.
Uh-oh, we may be losing him, folks. His internet may be going. And maybe.
I don't see any circles. No. Can you still hear me?
Barely. You were going Mr. Roboto. And as of right now, she's sleeping. Of course, I expect no less out of her. But I have not heard today from them yet. But she also knows all she's literally got to do is roll over in her bed, start banging on the wall, and I will come through her door like gangbusters to make sure everything's okay.
Okay, here's some information on that C-19 comet. The comet, which poses no threat to Earth, is expected to be seen with the naked eye in the next few weeks. It is currently crossing Mars' orbit, but way away from Mars, towards the inner solar system.
Now, the only reason it would come anywhere closer to the Earth is if the magnetic field on Mars and it interacted in a positive manner.
But it's not coming close to Mars either, just its orbit path.
Because
So,
it's way high.
yeah.
Way up high, and Mars is.
Yeah.
Get my finger
Right.
where it can be seen. There's a big difference between the two. It's up here, Mars is down here going wee, and it's going.
Yeah. So you want to see more on it? Go to Suspicious Observers, and last week he had some videos on it. But look up G-Site.
Another item to look at if you want to train and you have a PPU handy, and follow all, repeat all, I'll say it one more time, all safety directions is iTarget. I'm actually going to buy one and send it up to my pastor. It's not going to hit, Julie. It's not. Its name is not Wormwood. There is actually one that NASA has named Wormwood. It's at the outer edge of the solar system at the moment.
Yeah, it's it's
Mr. D.
Yeah, it'll be visible, but it's still going to be hundreds of thousands of miles away from the Earth.
Yes, Jay, they do. They were told not to. The leaders that be think they're smarter than thee said, no, you need to keep them on the ship. That way, if we have to go do something, you can go do it. Like I said on my live last night, I don't know of any soldier who can't breathe going to pick up an 8-pound rifle and several hundred rounds of pew-pew seeds and go jump into a combat. If they can't breathe, they ain't moving. What are you going to do? Make them walk the plank? You don't go out there and fight. I can't breathe. You'll have to walk the plank. I don't care.
Yeah.
No, there's that Apophis is also out there, Julie.
Yeah.
There's one that they called Wormwood back in, what was it, 77, 78, 79, somewhere in that area. They actually called one Wormwood. And back then, a lot of uneducated Bible scholars said, oh no, it's here, it's coming. And it's still not going to be here. Now, also remember, if for you Bible studying folk, that there's actually two in the end times that are going to hit the earth. There's a bigger one and a little one. And the little one is called Wormwood.
That's a YouTube. I don't want that. YouTube.
One hits the oceans and one hits the rivers. Well, Jay, I know a lot of good soldiers that even if they're only mildly sick would go out there, but the ones that can't breathe aren't going to. And I don't know of any doctor of any caliber anywhere that would try and force a soldier who couldn't breathe to go out there and pick up 8-pound rifle, 80-pound rucksack full of ammo and other stuff. Not comets, meteors, Brandon. Meteors, big difference.
Yeah, so Apophis will come by in 2036.
2029.
2029 is Wormwood. Yeah, so Wormwood will come by in 2029 and has the possibility of being within the distance of some orbiting spacecraft. It's a 1,110-foot asteroid. Apophis is coming. Says.
I honestly don't know that.
Yeah, it says 2036 here, but then it also says, yeah,
When I read it, Julie, it didn't say it was going to hit the Earth, so I didn't care at that point.
yeah.
Roosevelt is a nuke. But as was postulated or brought up on my Discord channel last night, if bad actors were going to do bad things, having several ships down and out would be the perfect time to do something stupid.
Yeah.
They keep forgetting we got a guy with a finger sitting going, do I push it? Do I push it? Boys, girls, do I push it? I'm going to push it. Thump. Yeah, if bad actors do bad things because they're stupid, we just got a button. It's all over now.
Yeah. It's like I just lost his Carlos Mencia is doing this one routine, and he's talking about this one guy. He goes, you shouldn't be picking on our countries. You know, we're trying to develop a nuclear weapon, and we may have it one day, and we might use it. And Carlos's response was, "Hey, dummy, we have them and we've used them. Go check the guy out in Japan that has 3 testicles."
Yes, Jay, that is an actual fact. Some guy decided to derail his train because he's under the impression that it's not as it seems. So I'm going to take this train and try and crash it and drive it on pavement, which it's not meant to do because pavement's not meant to hold up a train in the first dang place, and try and drive it into the side of the boat. Didn't work. Uh-oh. Mail truck. Doubt if it's for me, though. I haven't lately.
I did not expect that from Julie.
What I miss?
It's probably a giant space turd.
It's baseballs.
Oh. Oh, Wayne.
Yeah, it was built in a hot, sweaty desert. Tested in a nice temperate environment for maximum exposure.
Yeah, except for one thing. If you read history, the damage and number of fatalities from the Big Boy and Little Man, each from either one of them was not nearly as bad as the firebombing of Tokyo. It's just that it was one big poof and a big, beautiful mushroom that scared the crud out of the emperor.
Doc is discussing chloroquines and their potential use for COVID. Oops, sorry. For dragon people.
Jay, trains can't jump worth a darn, otherwise Evel Knievel would have done it back in his day. Or his son Bobby would have done it.
For those who've been wondering about chloroquines, our famous Doc, who will soon be joining us, I'm posting that in private chat so you can relay it, has discussed the chloroquines. Save us from having to conjecture about it. We'll just go listen to what a doctor has to say about
it. There. And put it there. It's going to fit. It fit. And that is this off of Doom and Bloom. There's his article on it talking about it.
And since Jill let the cat out of the bag, yes, possibly if Nurse Amy is feeling better, She's a little under the weather. They're kind of stressed trying to get everything packaged for people. They will be joining me next Wednesday night. But I gave him a stern how-to and a what for and told him to go get some rest.
Yeah.
Not that he'd listen to me in the first place, but you know,
Yeah.
shot.
He probably appreciates the thought of telling him to go get rest.
Well, if Nurse Amy's down,
yeah,
it means he's trying to do all of that by himself.
Yeah.
And what they're doing right now is awesome and extremely tiring. Because, you know, it's not like he's just grabbing it off the shelf. He's got to put on PPE gear just to make sure that what he's sending out is as clean as possible. And when you're trying to do all that inside PPE gear, you are going to sweat and lose weight and be exhausted very quickly.
That's right, Brastard.
Anybody seen the crazy video of Russia getting hit by an asteroid? Oh.
Well, a conjecture video or a...
No, Wide Family brought it up. Just a minute. My Rugrat wants something.
All right, let's see what we got here. Back up here. So video of... see if I can find that for you guys. Let's see here. Fitting, are you? Yeah, okay. So this is when all I did was Google. Let me enlarge it a little bit for you guys. So I just Googled asteroid hitting Russia, and hey, there are several videos here going.
Boom. I'm back. Hey, Miss Julie, would you be so kind as to grab me a cup, half sugar and a half French vanilla cream, please? Not half cup of sugar, just a half spoon. One on the left. Kill. Tunguska. That would be as scary as it could be. That would have been actually awesome to see it happen. Just to see it. Uh-oh, we lost him. Yep. Give him a few minutes. Oh, there's my kitty hiding in the corner of the video. Say hi, kitty. She goes. So I guess she's not interested today. So while we wait for our ex-G-Man to show back up, yeah, I'm not saying I'd want to be anywhere near ground zero, but I would like to have been able to see it. Julie, you be nice to my French vanilla. Oh, we gonna have issues, Missy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tunguska, it's just astounding at what, you know, and that was an airburst. That wasn't ground. Welcome back.
Yeah. Gotta love Sparklight, the cheapest knockoff internet company around.
That, and you've also got all them students doing their schoolwork right now,
Yeah.
which I have to get Charles done later today. Well, I'm not doing it.
You have to get on Charles to do his.
Yeah, I've got him upstairs playing, so we don't have to listen to him in the background. Dang, I can't figure this out. I'm not giving you the dang answers for it. Use your brains, boy. You've got one. I can't
Yeah.
figure it out. I don't care. Do it. I'm not a very nice teacher. I'm the kind of teacher that sits there with the stainless steel ruler and says, "If you don't get that work done, I'm going to pedal your hands."
Yeah.
I'm
So,
kidding.
anyways, before I disappeared, those videos I found were from 2013. Those are the only videos I was able to find that talk about it. So those videos are just resurfacing again. Is what's going on. So,
Yeah, Armageddon is an interesting movie when it comes to asteroids. Excuse me.
yeah. What was up?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Mr. Roboto again. Oh, no, not again. Yep, again. Three, two, one. That way, that way. I'm poking him. It's not working. Yeah, his internet is going bye-bye. Hey, Brass, also got to think about the solar micronovas that have happened in the past every 12,000 or so years. Yeah, we have spectrum here too, unfortunately. Gee, my Apple's saying there's issues as well. Interesting. Whoa, easy, computer, easy. Wow. Now my Apple's going nuts. Maybe it's not an isolated issue. Maybe it's going to work its way across the US. So let's see. And since how he's not here, I can't bring anything up to show y'all. So y'all have to look at my face. Or I could do this. There. Now you can look at that and not my ugly face. There you go. A little more settling on the psyche. Awesome. Plant starts. Cool. Sorry, I had to tell him to quit beating stuff up. Yeah, that way we can still pour water down his gullet. Uh-oh, he's not back yet either. Let's see. Well, it also at that same time, Jay, was a solar micronova. They found evidence of micronova in archaeological digs. Dang, words are difficult. As well as the very same type of stuff on the moon, which are glass beads. And Jay, yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
You want to say hi to everybody? See how Gil's back now? Want to say hi?
Yeah. Well, that is the fifth time this morning that the internet company has gone out. Once again, a very, very decent company was bought out by a rinky-dink hostile takeover piece of crap company, and then they downgraded all the equipment so it doesn't work right.
No, cat, I am not something for you to assault me with your tail.
Hey, Jay, the thing is interesting about the quote melting sheets of ice. In some areas, it's melting. In other areas, it's building up quicker than it's melting in the other areas.
You need to read the comment he made just above that one. That way,
I enjoy listening to guys talk. Listen to talk to them about the end of the last major ice age. Yeah. Okay. In continuation, yeah. He theoried that because of a comet impacting Greenland. Gee, has anyone ever found a comet impacting Greenland?
Yes, I actually have.
A big one?
It wouldn't take a very big one. Well, it's just like they never found the one that hit down at the northern side of, what is it, Peru down there? They created that nice archipelago we call the Bahamas.
Yeah. 2 big craters in Greenland. Okay. I learn something new every day, and we all should learn something new every day. Yeah. What do I got over here on that one? Oh, excuse me. I got to go beat a grandkid's buddy's peeing on the floor. Back in a minute.
Okay, so I'm alone again. Dang. Okay. Make it easier on your guy's psyche. You can still hear me. My cat's still pestering for attention. No, Kitty, that's not something for you to play with. I never did that fishes and loaves. At least not that my mom ever reminded me of, we'll put it that way. Go by Charles. Yeah, I know you guys don't bite, but I don't want you guys' psyche forever ruined by having to stare at my ugly face constantly. See, y'all in a bad spot up there, Wide. You're not too far off that lake. Excuse me. And that creates an interesting weather pattern in and of itself. Okay, welcome back again. Okay,
Yeah.
up here, they don't have to stare at my.
I have the camera over here going for down there where the kids were, and he had his training pants on, and he pulled them off, and he spread his leg and was, so I tried to get down before he started. He got a little bit of spot on the floor because he heard me stomping across the floor going down there. And as soon as I could get downstairs, he goes, "Ew!" Points to it. Yeah. Snow belt is 20 minutes away.
Yeah, we're talking about her weather patterns up there, her living close to the lake, and it creates its own unique weather environment.
Yeah.
It does. You go from Cleveland to Akron, and you travel through 3 separate weather environments.
Well, it's like the San Francisco Bay Area is an ultra microclimate shotgun splatter. at the San Francisco Bay Bridge, Oakland Bay Bridge, at the toll plaza. We were working there, and it was like 56 degrees. Then we go not even 10 miles away, probably more like 8 miles away, to Emeryville, and it's 85. Then if you go across the Bay Bridge to San Francisco, it's 65. And then you go down to South San Francisco, and it's 42.
California's just plain screwed up. I don't care who you are, where you're from. I don't care if you love the state or not. California is just plain screwed up.
And it was just so, yeah.
I mean, the one city has a nice name, but it definitely doesn't have any of them living in it anymore. Los Angeles, city of Lost Angels.
Yeah.
Well, let me rephrase that. There's a bunch of lost in that city.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Mark Twain wrote about it. The coldest winter he ever spent was summer in San Francisco. There's something about the summertime that you get the weather front coming in. All that fog comes in. That fog is just like a super refrigerator.
They need to bottle that and ship it to New York. They could use some of that refrigeration.
Yeah.
Sure, you got to blame it on something. Clouds of weed smoke blocks the sunlight in California, causing wacky weather conditions or patterns.
Well, those clouds started back in 60.
Oh no!
At Berkeley.
Uh-oh. You're Mr. Obama again.
Am I going out?
You're spitting and sputtering like an old Ford. Uh-oh. Maybe not.
Am I going to die like an old Chevy?
Probably. Chevy shove it. Just kind of spit and sputter and then stops at the end.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we may be hanging on here. Tropic, 10 pounds, summer, without drinking gallons of water and Gatorade. Yeah. Well, once you get down past Santa Barbara, the weather starts to improve along the coast because it takes that long for the water to start to warm up, but it's still too cold down there, for me. My cousins used to like going to a beach called Stinson Beach, which we all called Stinking Beach, but it's up in Marin County, and I'd go there, put my foot in the water. No, I'm going to go back and sit by the barbecue.
Sounds the guy who decided to move to a state with more snow than most. It's too cold out there, so I'm going to move to where there's more snow. Uh-oh, we may have lost him again. He looks frozen in deep thought. Yep. Either that or he got really mad at me and decided not to say another word. Yep. Old Chevys. Baler's twine, a couple of coat hangers, some duct tape. You should be able to get her going again. Fords, you just shoot it. When they die, they're done. Yep, there he went. And that is true. I spent 3 months down in Punta Gorda and the surrounding areas loading watermelons for a company down there. So yeah, I remember those. Yeah, all I got to do is walk outside. People are screaming, "It's Sasquatch." No, I'm not. I'm too fat. Yeah, I think they're trying to censor him. I think that's what it is. But they can't stop me. I'm still here. Problem is I can't stop this because he's not here. Because see, even if I leave the studio, the stream still keeps running. So at the very least, he's going to have to come back and stop it. Well, there you go, Julie. There's somebody to collab with. Oh, I didn't lift those watermelons. Are you crazy? I smart white boy. I let other people do it. I sat inside air-conditioned trucks sweating my rear end off. It's a little too much information there. I think it's back. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you with my snow comment.
Was that too much information about Jay?
Yes.
Hairless albino Sasquatch? Yeah.
Well, see, there you go, Julie. There's two people that want to collab with you on making soap. I think you guys ought to do a video series collabing with each other. That would be awesome entertainment for us. As long as nobody takes and breaks out the dang machete. See? This is a good time to do that. Because you know what? I got a funny feeling that here in about another month, everybody's going to want to be making soap. Just saying. Myself might be included in that number too. Because unlike some people, I have already been rationing what we have in the house, so I don't have to run out and try and buy soap or something like that.
Yeah, my daughter about a month or so ago bought a couple of those 6-pack of Irish Spring from the Clore, the store, but she didn't buy the Irish Spring for anybody in the house to use. She bought it for using out in the garden to keep pests away.
You need a crock pot that you'll never use. Kathy might have one of those. And then that's what you cook your soap in. I do have soap here. I'm actually getting low on dishwashing soap, but I do have soap here, and I have soap stored, as well as bar soap. But I'd rather not dig into that if at all possible. I'd rather replenish what I need right now rather than digging into stores. If I have to dig into it, I will, but I'd rather not. And did you notice Miss Kathy made it back?
Yep.
Okay. Just checking. Yeah,
I saw her pop in, and I saw you say welcome back, or start clapping when she came back in.
Supermod in the house.
Yeah.
My son's teacher called to check on Charles after she heard the little boy next door got sick. She said, "How you doing?" I said, "Well, I just need to run to the grocery store and pick up some meat tomorrow somehow." She said, "How you doing on TP?" I said, "I got enough to last me and another family until August." She says, "Did you?" And I said, No, I've had it stored. Always have plenty. I said, "If you need some." She says, "No, we're good. We got like 12 rolls left." I said, "You're going to need some soon." Now, if there is some there, I will be buying some. If there's not, I'm not concerned.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed when I was at Sam's Club earlier, what was it? Was it yesterday? Yesterday. They were out of all toilet paper and paper towels, but they had a bunch of other stuff. I mean, that all the freezer section was full. The only milk they were out of 1%, but they had tons of 2% and whole milk. Had a whole bunch of fresh, vegetables and all that stuff. They just built a new freezer section in there, and it was just a whole bunch of stuff in there. And they had a whole bunch more of those refrigerated exposed ones where they put the things on the shelves, but there's no doors on it. They had installed a whole bunch of new of those in the one area, and they're starting to stock it with all sorts of cool stuff. The fajita meats and stuff like that. But yeah, paper goods, they were gone.
It's stupid because right now the supply chain's working. Make sure everybody else can get some first.
Yeah.
Now, when the supply chain does crash, and if you go to my Discord channel, I did post a link to a New York Times, and so take it with a grain of salt, the information they provide, but it is pretty much on point with what could happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's not saying it will happen, but there are indications of it starting to happen. Truck stops in Pennsylvania being closed to help prevent. What? That means truck drivers can't get the fuel. So they have to fuel in New Jersey, which, oh my gosh, that's stupid expensive, or fuel up here in Ohio, which in the state of Ohio takes a nasty highway use tax out your rear end.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird. Some of the stores, it comes in and you'll see it there for several days, and word gets out and poof, gone. The hoarders come in.
I know what happened. I know exactly what happened because the night before I went to the store, I told Tibor, stay out of my Walmart. Don't go buying all my TB. And the next day when I went, it was all gone. So Tibor went in and bought all the TB.
Yeah.
It's all Tibor's fault.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't think he's here right now, so I can say that and get away with it.
Yeah. The one type of soap everybody should be stocking, and you can get it decent price online.
Hey, Underground.
Paraxo.
Good for laundry soap, good for hand soap, and if you're careful, you can even use it for a dish soap.
Yeah. Okay. Car is going to need an oil change soon. They will only do it when it indicates a certain percentage. Well, if you can go by any car parts store and get a quart or so, you can just keep topping it off for a little bit. That'll
The computer in her car senses how long it's been since last oil change because they actually have to go out and hit a reset.
Oh, so
and
basically
at that point, the car won't run, which means she'll have to have it towed to get in there. If you can figure out, if you can get yourself an OBD2 reader and figure out what you need to do to reset your code, then you can reset your code so you can still drive it.
I never heard cars doing that. All I know is they have the light that comes on, and that's easy to change, reset. It's in your owner's manual how to reset that. Basically pushing the odometer button and turn it on and off. There's a little procedure you do on that to reset that. But I've never heard of cars stopping when you don't put enough oil in when you go past the oil change thing.
Oh, then you obviously haven't dealt with Mercedes, Lexus, and some of the other oddball, unique German brands where it costs $200 to $480 for a doggone oil change.
Well, Lexus is just a Toyota. But and that's the thing is too, is that with the oil advances and oils and stuff, now they have some of the synthetics that say you don't have to change it but every 10,000 miles. It's a specialized oil change. Yeah, I know stop if oil gets low. That's why you just check your oil level, make sure it's up, and keep it topped off. But so many miles in the car turning off, I've never heard of that.
Okay, guy's back. Children.
These are practically indestructible. Yeah.
And the old Dodge Slant 300s were pretty amazing too. Slant sixes or straight six. I can't remember which. One Jeep manufacturers a slant, the other one's a straight. I get them confused once in a blue moon.
Jeez, that's why I want a little deuce and a half.
Yeah. I was actually checking around, figuring, well, you know what? Worst case scenario, if I can't find the things I want to get, I'll try and find me an old deuce and a half. The cheapest one I can find around me is $2,500, and it's not guaranteed to run. Don't want it.
Yeah.
I need something that at least get on the highway and drive.
Yeah.
Even if albeit very, very slowly. Because a deuce and a half, I could load almost my entire apartment into it and move to Michigan and run over anybody that gets in my way.
You mean idle over anybody gets in your way?
Yeah, I don't want to add insult to injury. I'll just drive. Actually, Kathy, a deuce and a half where you are would be perfect. It's like he just said, you don't need a highway. Yeah, the tires are expensive. Buy 2 tires, it cost almost as much as buying the truck.
Yeah.
It's not a beater. A deuce and a half is something that if it runs good when you get it, will outlast you. And you can't really get stuck in them because the well-equipped one has a nice winch on the front that'll pull a tank out of a hole. So yeah, it's pretty good. She's got an HRV Honda. I want to see a video, heavens. It's got to be in video form.
There you go.
Oh, yes. Back to plan B again.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could contact them and say, hey, guys, send me a truck.
Yeah.
I don't care how bad it is, as long as it runs and it's got some kind of heat for the wintertime. I don't care.
Yeah, that's guaranteed to run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. There's the stock 6x6 deuce and halves or M35 truck start at 9,500. Guaranteed to run.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, our stimulus check isn't that much.
I know.
If it was, it'd be a simple phone call. Hey, I'm willing to transfer funds to y'all's bank account. Send me something. Hey, send me a Hummer. I don't care. Because with a Hummer, I won't be able to take as much, but I can take all my food.
Yeah. Now you get the bigger newer ones. They start at 18.5. 18.6. Sorry. Glare. And do all sorts of fun things with those, like that.
Like I said, I just drive over when he gets in my way. Sorry, officer, I'm going, and you're not stopping me.
Yeah.
Oh, don't shoot. It's bulletproof. Thanks. I don't want to mark up my paint.
Yeah. So they got all sorts of fun vehicles. Yeah, looking at the price of vehicle stuff, my we want to get something, like at least like a F450 or 550 for pulling my big trailer and stuff, and maybe a lot cheaper just to go ahead and get one of these and just putter around. Hey, it's 50, the speed limit between here and Idaho Falls or down to Pocatello. Pocatello goes up, it speeds up, but if I take the old highway, old highway, it's 55.
Hey, Gil,
yeah.
Go to the Humvee section. Jay wanted to know if they had an option for a rocket launcher. No, but in the Humvees, they do have the ones with a hatch on the top still intact. So you could open the hatch.
Yeah.
And keep you all day long.
And just for everybody's fun and edification and laughter, there's the link.
Oh,
it's trying to load. Oh, am I? Okay, there it went finally.
Fine.
It was just taking a while. So here's all your Humvees, and you can get them with the special metal doors on them and stuff, or the plastic door, or the non-doors, or
you can go.
There you go.
Armor.
Yeah. So you got that one there. They got all sorts of kits for them and everything else too. So armored up, the whole 9 yards. You want it? They got it. And here they are. This one here, they're armoring up one of them right now. Custom armoring it up with the glass on it.
Actually, if you wanted to stay green man with one of those, you'd actually make it look like some Hollywood persons, so people would turn their nose up and turn away from you. You get one that's painted jet black. It looks
or like this gray one here without the thing on top.
No, that's got that's got to be there. Because guaranteed is you're going down the highway, because that's got the increased diesel engine, so you'll run 70 mile an hour. That way they get out of your way.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to work. You have to be loaded. You just drive down the road with that sticking out the top, and everybody will move, including semis.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. That would look very nice on top of the 3-barrel 50. Yeah.
See, if you wanted people to forget you, then the one that says Plan B on the side, that's all you'd want. Just without the Plan B. You just want a nice, shiny, gloss black paint job, and people will turn their nose up at you and forget about you in a matter of minutes.
Yeah.
And then somebody says, hey, did you see that Hummer? I mean, that god ugly black thing that went through town? Yeah. Did you see who was driving it? No, I couldn't stand looking at the dang thing.
Yeah. Yeah, they got all sorts of fun things, but there's the
yeah, Jay, it would be a pain in the neck. Literally.
this starts at only 42. All-wheel steering. It crab walks. So basically, you turn all the wheels, and it kind of goes sideways as it goes forward or backwards.
And with
great for parallel parking.
With the winch on the back of that, you can pull a small building down.
Yeah, or pull an A1 Abrams out of the mud. But I just thought of something when I was looking at it here. This one ought to be good, guys. This one ought to be nice.
You could actually turn the inside, the compartment in there can actually be converted into a living space.
Yep. And that would be the ultimate camouflage one. They think, oh, it's a fire truck responding to somewhere.
Or you just have it sit in your house. What's that? Oh, I use it for parades, and that's it. It's an old fire truck. Oh, it's a big truck. Yeah, it's heavy too. I'll never know.
Yep.
Turn that side glass into ballistic glass. Put some Aero 500 panels on the inside so they're hidden, and yeah, you're good to go.
and still the way it's designed with everything, you still probably put a small tank underneath there, a couple 100 gallons. Protesters.
Illegal roadblocks, no problem.
Yeah, it's got a 1,500 gallon, 1,500 gallon tank, 200 gallon foam system tank, and yeah.
No, you see, Fish and Loaves, you know what happens when you get one of those and the HOA starts throwing a fit? Say, look, if your house is on fire and the fire department's 25 minutes away and I'm 2 minutes away, which one do you want to respond first? Leave my truck alone. You might have a house.
Yeah, so the length is 29.7 feet, 30 feet basically.
It's only $59,000.
Yeah. Hey, you pay more than that for a new Chevy.
I can't afford a used Chevy at the moment.
Yeah. And yet, what are the fun toys here? Let's see here. All right, this one here is your military camping truck. Come on, come on, come on. So that's what it looks like normally. And then the sides expand out on it. They pop out. You don't have to put a tent on top. You can just expand it out and have some bunks inside. In fact, one of their models, they put a bunch of beds that fold up and down, along the walls. Turn it to a camouflage, a camper. You think it's just a cargo truck, but it's not. It's a camper and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And they have some with lifts on the back end that can pick up ATVs.
Yeah. So it just opens up.
You cannot power my garden hose.
You see, that's what it looks. Let's see if I can stop it there. That's what it looks like inside.
Now it can be converted into quite roomy accommodations.
Yeah.
You could sleep 4 in there comfortably on the outside edges, having virtually everything else down the middle.
Yeah. And when it collapses in, I guess the floor folds up, that folds down, this folds in, and it just kind of goes back together. I want to see a video of them actually doing expanding it and contracting to see exactly how everything works. But
they have videos here on YouTube. Just look up Plan B supply.
Yeah, I've seen some of their other videos. I haven't seen the video on this thing going though.
It's one of the ones where they're at a show.
Ah, okay. All right. So yeah. So if you're thinking of getting a new pickup, you can get one of these. Starting at 28,000. Yeah, you can get 2 of these for the cost of a new Chevy or Dodge or Ford.
As of right now, Southern Ohio Prepping is now taking donations to buy a used military vehicle for future preparation needs. Please send all emails and correspondence to iambroke@yahoo.gov.
Well, Jay, you can actually there are places that actually do the applique of the Marine Corps Marpot paint job. That
Actually,
way,
Plan B will do it too.
Yeah.
See you, Ryan.
All right. See you later, Ryan.
Now, see, I would love a very early Jeep.
Yep.
Very tiny, wouldn't haul much, but I could go virtually anywhere. Ooh, dump truck.
Yep.
Throw stuff in the back. Where do you want it? Over here.
Oh, that's even cheaper. That's only 24.
See, I need an actual 2.5 because I need the bed space to haul
Yeah.
what we have here. And even then, I would fill it, even though this is a very tiny apartment. I just have too much stuff.
Yep. And the other one, which is interesting, yes, get the fifth wheel.
Let's see, with that, I can just go down here to the local truck stop, grab somebody's empty trailer that they left there, and come back here, fill everything up, and drive up.
Yeah, and that's only 19.7.
Yep. The question is, how many people can actually drive a 3-stick truck? I don't know if very many people in this day and age would even know how to manipulate a 3-shift stick truck. Because at one point in the shift, actually 2 points in the shifting, it takes both hands.
Yeah. Top speed is around 68, 70 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And 4,300 for the turbo motor.
Yes.
Oh, they make a fifth wheel expando trailer for it.
Yes. Recommended upgrade. Yes, on air ride seats. That is a must, or you will have no spine left. You will feel every stinking pebble the size of a grain of sand in the highway.
Yep.
You would be surprised, fishes and loaves. I know females that are very tiny, petite, and short that handle semis with no issues.
Yep.
Jay, are you trying to scare the heck out of everybody?
Oh, guess what, Dave?
Hmm.
Allison automatic transmission.
Oh, that just made it available for everybody then. Gee.
And it has the Rockwell dual range transfer case, which means it's a flip switch for the transfer case.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Well, everybody else in the side chat doesn't.
But Jay's comment was kind of hilarious, especially putting it on the front of one of those.
Oh, yeah. You just make sure what's his name doesn't pop up or around you. One of the Sheen brothers.
And Julie, if you had one of those, nobody would get in your way. You could drive up, pick Steve up, take him up north, get him out of, hell. Yeah, when they start putting the Allison automatics in them, but I'm going to give you a fair warning. Those Allison automatics stink when you got to go up a hill. They do not maintain their speed very well. That's where you would really enjoy having a manual, because you can maintain your speed going up and coming back down a whole lot easier with the manual than you can an automatic.
Yeah.
Because an automatic says, oh, there's a little bit of a load. Let me shift.
Yeah.
And when you're going downhill, it's like, oh, I can go faster. Oh, you stupid truck, slow down.
Yeah. My sister used to drive one of the big postal trucks. And she goes, yeah, they put automatic transmissions in them, so it was easy. But she's just driving on the flatland.
Yeah, let her take one of those up in the mountains. She'll come back, please take this piece of crap and throw it in the garbage. Because you start going down an 8% grade in an automatic, you'll be talking to Jesus really fast. Duck boats are okay. No, it would not. Let's put it this way. Going down Donner Pass, which is 40 miles downhill, with several little flat spots and a couple little, and a few more flat spots with a whole bunch of curves in it. Going down Donner in one of those is no fun.
Yeah. Especially when you're coming down westbound and you get to the spot where they have you're coming in, all of a sudden they got this sharp left turn in the freeway. And you go from the speed limit goes for cars from 65 to 45. And you can see on the concrete all the scraping and stuff where people don't obey the big flashing sign saying 45, 45, your speed, you're going too fast, slow down. And they keep on going fast.
My car can handle it, man. I got super aggressive tires. It's long, slung low, and it goes 250 mile an hour. Crash. Oh, I guess I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's armored up a lot. Her kitchen's armored up with a machete knife. Her truck's armored up for 2,000-pound hit. So yeah, she's pretty stout. And she can dress and look like a guy to get away with it.
Emergency. Oh, guys, it's been fun. So this is the last Thursday morning until probably October. Because I'm going to be spending my Thursdays out in the on the tractor. So I'll be posting more garden videos. But yeah. And with that, yeah, I may be able to give minutes to my wife to get one of these. Let me get one of these because I have a big 3-axle trailer at home that I can haul a lot of stuff on. That's just sitting right now. But so, yep, this is it for Thursdays. So tomorrow night is the Friday night special, 8 o'clock Mountain, 10 Eastern. We're talking no powder. So like no for your pew-pews. And what are your alternatives since you can't use things that go boom? Yeah. Air rifles, crossbows, slingshots, wrist rockets, samurai swords, all sorts of different fun things that you can think of. Frying pan, cast iron frying pans, whatever. And that's what we're going to be talking about. So I want everyone to come over with wild, crazy ideas of stuff you can use other than stuff that goes bang.
My hidden cane works too.
Yeah.
Although that's more of a one-use wonder because the blade in this stinks. But I actually considered sending it out and having a professional blade made for it. And they told me the price and I decided not to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it for about $850. No, thanks. Thanks for the offer.
All right. So let's bring it back up to this.
That's my machete.
And all righty, everyone. So, and Saturday, guys, Saturday, important. Saturday, 5 o'clock Mountain, 7 o'clock Eastern. The Green Wizard's coming on. So Ron's going to be on here, and we're going to be covering stuff. And I got some questions up for him specifically on what if you've already started in your garden and you need to, what can you do to help it grow while you've already got stuff in the ground? So
Jay's already got the recipe right there in front of you, if you all were curious as to what it takes. Well, he's got 2 of the ingredients. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Sulfur, some other stuff.
Which can all be gotten at the local big box store like Lowe's, Home Depot, True Value. Oh, oops.
Ace Hardware.
I don't say such things. I know nothing.
Yeah. All right, everyone. We will see you all later. And I need to put one other thing here going here. Where is it here?
2 heavy brass candlesticks with big triangular footed bottoms.
There we go. And with that, I'm going to bring in Nick, who's thinking hard about what's going on. And we'll see you all later.
Bye-bye.